anyhow, the people in Link Wray's band, well, actually a friend of mine played for the Wray Men, separate from Link. They were called the Wray Men. His name was John Adrian Aussie, and he played for the Wray Men. Hey, listen, I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
Do you know the National Pawnbrokers on Lee Highway?
No, I don't.
National Pawnbrokers on Lee Highway, right up from there is...
Yeah.
Okay, the Wray Men used to live down Lee Highway.
Yeah.
There was a period in the early 70s where Link went to California. He was playing with people like Jerry Garcia, John Cipollina.
Uh-huh.
He made a couple of albums out there, and the Wray Men, which is Jack Van Horn,
Yeah.
Eddie Sinar, and I forget the other guy's name. They lived in an old house off of Lee Highway, and they formed a band called The Pack, and they billed themselves as formerly Link Wray's Wray Men.
No shit.
And they lived in an old house, and one day they put an ad in the paper and they need a drummer.
Yeah.
So this friend of mine that played in various bands around the area went and answered. It turned out to be the Wray Men.
Uh-huh.
So he was, and it was just called, and they were called The Pack. But they were all former Link Wray alumni people.
Yeah.
And that went on for a couple of years. They put out a couple of records. My friend quit the band or was fired, I don't know which.
Yeah.
And another drummer came in, and then the Pack ended.
Yeah.
Jack Van Horn became a sheriff in Falls Church. And then various members have died since the years have gone by.
Uh-huh.
I'm deep into Link Wray history. I know so much about it. I'm practically in the family.
Man.
I mean, I'm just kidding, but I really know a lot about them.
And
There's
just
a lot of sad stuff too, but I'm not going to get into that. But
man, so like Fredericksburg, dude, like Rumble, like I've heard a little bit about it, like
that's where Rumble
I guess they were
was
like
invented.
They're like just jamming, like they had to fill in a song. Or
Here's what happened. They used to play dances in Fredericksburg, teen dances, with Milt Grant, who was a disc jockey.
Uh-huh.
And the song "The Stroll," there was a dance called "The Stroll" that was really popular at the time. Yeah. And this is the way they did dances back in those days. Anyhow, Milt Grant went to Link and said, for the during your set, can you play a song that the kids can do the stroll to?
Yeah.
And Link said, I don't really know that song, The Stroll, but I can play the beat of The Stroll. I don't know that song, the lyrics or nothing, but I'll play you a song that's like it. They'll play an instrument as the beat of The Stroll.
Yeah.
And he just invented Rumble, brown, brown.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, it wasn't really like The Stroll. It was just kind of similar to it.
Yeah.
So they developed it as they were playing it, and then they had Rumble. They invented it.
So it's kind of like they were playing a show, and then the dude was like,
and
hey,
they
by the
invented
way,
it on the stage. And then Milt
yeah.
Grant said, that is great. You
Yeah.
guys got to record this shit.
Yeah.
So
it would be kind of like if they said, can you play some surf guitar sounding stuff? Because we got these kids like surf guitar, and they go, okay, I guess so. And so they said what was it called? The Stroll.
The Stroll.
And
the
then
dance.
and then he just busted out Rumble.
It's just kind of a slow dance,
Yeah.
a mid-level
Kinda,
dance.
yeah.
So Link was said, I'll do that for you, but I
Yeah.
don't know the song, but I can play you a music that's like that.
Oh, yeah. And then it worked.
And it worked, and he really impressed Milt Grant. And Milt Grant got him connected with Cadence Records in Philadelphia, I think it was. And they recorded up there, and it became a pretty well-played record. And over the years, it's become a huge hit,
Yeah.
And you can't know your rock and roll without knowing about Link Wray.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And it's just interesting to know that my Beth is
So you said you got your first fucking Link Wray record in a.
That was my first record I ever bought.
Your first record you ever bought? Was Link
Yeah.
Wray? Badass.
Yeah,
dude.
the first record I ever bought.
Oh no shit.
And it was at Drug Fair, which
Yeah.
doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I remember.
Link Wray, Jack the Ripper, cost $2.99.
Badass.
And I was happy, and I still have it.
Man, I can't remember what first record I bought, man.
If you see, I will never sell that record.
Yeah.
I'll walk around with it attached to my back before I sell the motherfucking thing.
Hell yeah, man. That's badass, dude.
And because nobody's going to give me anything for it anyway. So somebody sold a copy to to the CD seller in Falls Church. Some people probably know that store.
Yeah.
And,
of course. Yeah, of course.
But somebody had defaced the back of it. So you see, the front of it is black orange with block letters. It's not fancy at all. It just says Link Wray, Jack the Ripper in black and orange. It's really mean looking.
Yeah.
You turn the cover over. There's a picture of Link, 1962 style. His hair's greased back, and he's kind of like this, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's a really valuable record. If you want to get it in good condition, you got to pay at least $80. But somebody had defaced Link's picture on the back. Right? They drew a mustache on him and everything. You know, people do that really stupid. They draw it out.
Yeah.
So they have it in there for like $20, you know. But I think somebody finally bought it. I don't need to buy it. I wanted to buy it just to get it out of the store, but I never got around to it. Somebody else bought it. But it doesn't matter. I got my fucking copy.
Yeah.
But somebody defaced Link's face on the back, so they couldn't sell it at full price. Some idiot. They like put it, you know, like
dumb shit.
you know. Mexican bandito mustache and the thing. Hey, I'm fucking crazy asshole.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it last time I was there, so I think somebody bought it, but that album is really hard to get even in bad condition.
Yeah.
You basically just can't find it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it was so crazy, dude. Because so when I was starting to use social media again, which I started using only for my art, and now I've kind of blossomed into a social media idiot. But I was looking up like events near me kind of stuff, and it said Link Wray birthday party, inventor of the power chord, Fat Boys, Fredericksburg, Virginia, blah blah blah.
Was it a bar called Fat Boys?
Yeah, it was like today at 5 o'clock, and I was like, wow, cool. I was like, cool party, you know.
Where was Fat Boys?
It's on Route 1, right near the bridge, right near the Falmouth Bridge. It's been a barbecue forever.
Or DC?
In Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Oh, Fredericksburg,
Yeah, and like
that reminds you of something.
Dude, and I think it's actually the building where he wrote it at, or something, or like it was down.
It's like the town hall sort of.
So it was near it then, because. So they have punk shows at this place called Fat Boys, all the tattooed.
I've heard about that.
Rock.
Yeah.
And so but then they had this party, there's all kinds of different people there, and there's cake, they had the painting, the posters for the movie Rumble, and some other stuff about him, and documentary type stuff. And then they had you get your Link Wray sticker, you put it on, happy birthday, sign up on the list if you want, and we had cake and cupcakes and shit, and
I don't think I even knew that even happened. I don't think I even knew that happened.
Well, dude, I had just looked it up, and then I'm like, oh, cool, and you're Beth? And then she's like, yes. I'm like, cool, can I take some selfies and shoot some videos? She's like, sure. And so we've talked a few times, and I kept up with her a little bit, and some of her friends are some people I met through her, I guess maybe somehow they're into hardcore music too. So they're in heart and soul music, like that deep stuff. They're not in that bubblegum shit, So I was so surprised, dude, that you started talking about that, man.
Yeah, I'm deep into Link Wray. It's like,
Where do you see him play at?
Huh?
Where do you see him play at? Did you say the Bayou or?
Let's see. I seen him play at the Bayou, the Cellar Door, a place down in Alexandria called the Nashville Country Palace, which doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
That's
Nashville Country Palace.
Kind of a redneck
Fuck
place.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's like the roller skating rinks that have shows.
Right there.
That's like the roller skating rinks that have shows, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those kind of places. It's like it's there for 1 year and then somebody burns it down and it's gone. You know what I mean? It's like a real joint.
Yeah.
But I remember it was called the Nashville Country Palace. I remember the place kind of scared my wife. I took her there on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And Link was going around table to table, greeting people and stuff, but I didn't really want to meet him. I just wasn't in the mood for it. I felt kind of shy. I didn't beckon him to my table. He was actually going around doing that. He was walking around the tables going, before he showed me, going, how you folks doing tonight?
Just chatting to everybody,
got
talking.
Like an Eastern Shore accent.
Okay.
I'm like, how you all doing tonight?
Cool.
I saw him going around there.
Yeah.
And I felt like standing up and going, hey man, but I felt clumsy.
But
I said, I'm not gonna call him.
But you know the thing is too, man, can I be honest with you, man? The one thing about being around a rock star with your wife, man, because I had HR hit on my wife right in front of me. Roll up and charm her, and I'm like, motherfucker. So there's two sides of it. One is I wish he wouldn't taken his charm, would have been back up on with my man. But the other side of it is you kind of it's kind of hard to be around like people that make you say wow, because then you're like, man, that make me a little upset, you know, because if I see my lady shine on him, maybe I don't know.
Well, I don't think he's that type of guy.
No,
I'm glad I met him the way I did, just by accident, and it lasted 1 second, because that was really weird. I mean, he was standing in front of me, just like black leathered head to foot, black hair. How you doing, buddy?
How tall
There's
was he?
something kind of cool.
How tall was he? Would you say?
Not a very big person.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think I was kind of surprised that he wasn't taller.
Okay.
You know, he didn't really seem that tall.
I wonder sometimes.
He's a larger-than-life person.
You know what? Sometimes I wonder if record executives like to make rock stars to really promote people that are not super tall, unless they're like total virtuosos that you can't
You
stop.
know who surprised the fuck out of me?
Like maybe like the shorter guys to like less like intimidating in the boardroom or whatever. You know?
No.
Does that make sense? You know?
I guess it could be to some people.
I don't know, dude.
Do you know who Lonnie Mack is?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, this is a person you need to know about if you need to know about Link Wray. Lonnie Mack. Anyhow, if you see him in pictures and everything,
Yeah.
he looks kind of intimidating. He's kind of like a big guy. He's got a big Mexican hat, you know, like Jimi Hendrix. And he's from Link's time, and he's a killer guitar player. Look him up on the
Lonnie Mack.
internet, Lonnie Mack. He's badass.
Yeah.
And he's from Link's time. But one time I walked right in front of him. I didn't say anything. He didn't say anything to me. He was just suddenly right in front of me in a hallway at a club.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe he was only about this tall.
Yeah.
You know, he was just up to my eye level. But
Yeah.
when I see him in pictures, I just kind of
They
think
look like
he's a
fucking
gigantic
giants. They
guy.
look like giants, don't
Because
they?
he's big this
Yeah.
way, and he always wears the kind of like the, you know, kind of like a, you know how Jimmy Ranch wore the kind of like
Big
hats with things
old
around
hat.
and
Yeah.
and that, you know. I
Like
remember
Stevie Ray
thinking-
Vaughan kind of style.
Yeah, like that kind of. And I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
being surprised that Lonnie Mack was that short
Yeah.
because he looks massive on album covers.
Yeah.
Number one Link Wray fan.
What?
Number one Link Wray fan. sitting
What?
here. Okay. I'm just fucking telling you.
What's up, Beth?
Oh, by the way, this is because of arthritis. Otherwise, I'd stick my finger straight up.
He saw your dad play multiple times and met your dad
Yeah,
before.
but I love your dad. I met him by accident one night. Amazing. I imagine a young kid at age 14 looking at his album cover and it says "My Beth" on the album. Anyhow, hello.
Hi, Beth.
I'm very
Bye.
stoned.